welcome to our Chamber podcast. It is exciting to have, this is our third one, Jeff.
I'm excited.
I am too. We're here to talk about education and workforce development, and my co-host here, Jeff Taylor with Piedmont Healthcare. Glad you're back, and you brought a guest with us.
I did. I invite people to come so I don't have to talk as much. It works.
That's the best thing to do. Who'd you bring today?
So I brought Brady Johnson, who is our Director of Development at the Boys and Girls Club, and we have a great relationship with them now. So Brady, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Brady Johnson with the Boys and Girls Club of the Piedmont. Delighted to be here.
Wonderful. Jeff, kind of remind people about our Education Workforce Development Committee.
Okay, so we are a committee with the Chamber, and we facilitate innovative partnerships amongst business, education, students, and stakeholders to deliver a world-class workforce. And we're working hard to do that this year.
That's right, we sure are. And one of those partnerships is with our Boys and Girls Club. So
it is. We started actually last year, and we started going to the Boys and Girls Club, and we started, we want to take them to different industry in Iredell County, and we want to show them different avenues that they can take. You know, not everybody, we talked about last time, not everybody is a four-year university student. We have others that might be a certificate or a diploma or an associate's degree or a four-year degree, PhD. But we want to these kids to see that they have opportunities right here in Iredell County where they can raise their family and they can be successful, just like the three of us. And so we're really trying to open that door, and we're trying to build relationships with those kids so that you know that we build mentorship into that as well, and maybe we can help them get that first break someday. And Brady here is part of the Boys and Girls Club and has been working with us, and he can tell you a little more about what it means for the Boys and Girls Club for this relationship.
Yes, we were delighted when you guys decided to include us in this work. Everybody knows that workforce development is a priority for every community across North Carolina, really the nation. And so to be a partner with the Chamber and focus particularly on workforce development was very important to us. You've been to the club now several times, had several sessions with the kids, and I will say they are super excited about this. They love the field trips and getting to go inside these plants and industries and businesses and things of that nature. Typically, children that are served by the Boys and Girls Club don't have those opportunities. So for you to include us was a blessing.
We appreciate that, and we're enjoying it just as much. I've started learning names, which is, as I get older, harder for me.
Yeah.
But I've started making some relationships, and I'm telling you, you've got some incredibly sharp kids there. Last month, we had the Chamber, our annual meeting, and we had a couple of the kids, Brianna and Kamari were there and telling us about what they want to do and what just our brief interaction has meant to them. And it was amazing. And afterwards, I heard so many people come up and said that was just one of the highlights of the meeting for them to hear these kids and to hear how that we're having an impact with those kids.
Well, I tell you, Jeff, you hit on something very important there. And I've always said this, even back in my public school days, God does a good job of equally distributing talent.
Yes.
But our culture and society does not do a good job of equally distributing opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I see you guys as out there giving opportunity to kids who really need the support the most.
Well, we have a good time. I have to, we'll be there again this Wednesday. We're actually going to take them, Shannon, to Doosan this week. And we went to Denso last month and to Cool Spring Fire Department so that they can kind of see paramedics, they can see firefighters, and they can see the many opportunities. We met with John Brown last month, and he talked about, you know, he started entry-level position at Denso. We're going to talk with Kevin Smith this week, who's an engineer, plant manager for Doosan. So we just, we really want them to see those opportunities. And they were amazed when they went into Denso, and they asked great questions. They were so involved in what was going on there, and they were so well behaved. You know, when you take a bunch of middle schoolers, and there's a reason that I'm not a teacher, Brady. So they were so well behaved, and our folks at the Boys and Girls Club were just great working with them, and so it was a great day, and we're looking forward to this Wednesday as well.
Oh, I was just going to say, how many kids are in the program, you think, about?
Yeah, our membership right now is 337 at our main campus, which is in South Statesville. A lot of folks don't realize this, though. We have a satellite program at Shepherd Elementary School down in Mooresville.
Okay.
And so we have about 40 children enrolled there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, and we're hoping to open more satellite programs in the future.
Yeah. And there's about 30 kids in the middle school program
I
that
think
we're
we had
working.
29 last month that went with us on the field trip. So it really just depends. It's an early release day. So some of the kids come, some don't.
That's right.
Usually, I think we were told if we say field trip, we're going to have more kids that are going to show up. So it works. We
That's
we had a
good.
great turnout.
That's right.
Yeah, what child don't love a field trip? If you think back on your
Oh yeah,
school career,
best day
didn't you
of
look
the
forward
Some of the
day
best
of the
days.
year.
That's right.
Yes.
Some of the best
Yeah,
days.
riding the bus, seeing new things. That was so much fun.
Yeah, throw in lunch and you've really got
That's right. Well, one of the reasons we chose the Boys and Girls Club, because we were kind of figuring this is a pilot program that we started, and we just wanted to figure out how do you pick a school when all schools are in need. And so we kind of landed on, and a lot of it had to do with Jeff's leadership and being on the board for Boys and Girls Club. And he's like, well, we have kids from different schools, so we're not having to single out one school over another. And we've got that kind of was intriguing, I think, to our group to say, oh, I like the idea of us having multiple, students from multiple schools to be able to participate. And the Boys and Girls Club was willing to, it was just an easier way to
It was
get in there. So,
It was a great partnership.
but
And let me ask you a trivia
oh
question.
gosh.
All right. Of the 337 members that come to the club on Cochran Street, how many public schools do they come from? Take a wild guess.
12.
Oh, you're close. 18.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
So our reach is
that is
pretty
exact-
far.
Yeah, that's and that was
The vast majority of our kids do come from Statesville, but we reach out to Troutman and Shepherd. We've got kids from Celeste Tinkle, so it's pretty far reach.
that's great.
And one of the cool things, Major Clarity, which is a program within the school system,
Yes.
that actually develops more like a digital footprint. But there's 72 different career opportunities within Major Clarity, and every kid in Iredell Statesville School has a log on or sign in for that program, and so they're able to learn more about careers. And then we are able to bring, and we have Iredell Statesville Schools has been excellent to
Yes.
supply us with folks that know how to operate the program. And they come in and explain so that we can actually see where are these kids really strong. Because one of the, I think, toughest things for kids was for me, and I'm 60 now, still a hard thing for me is what do I really want to do when I grow up? And I'm running out of time. But for these kids, if we can introduce them to different things while they're at the club, and then if we can hook them up with those mentors that are local, there's an opportunity that these kids can have a pretty good idea, and they're not going to spend time floundering trying to figure it out. We're ready to just really help them reach those goals when they get out of high school.
Absolutely. Last month when you guys came to the club on that early release day, I sat in on the session that was done by the Statesville Police Department. And so how great it was for those kids to get to interact with those police officers and to hear them explain, here's a career pathway for you that you may not have thought about. And then you took them to the fire department out of Cool Spring. And they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but actually going there and getting to interact with the people in those careers, that's worth millions of words to these
Absolutely.
kids. And a lot of times the parents too, I say sometimes you can't expose your kids to something you don't have. And so part of career development is exposing the parents to the opportunities that their children have in front of them and making sure that they're pursuing the education pathway that leads to that outcome.
I want to touch on that Major Clarity real quick because it's a brand new system. So I encourage if you're a parent of a child in Iredell Statesville schools, I think it's 5th grade and up. Am I right?
That's right.
Are using that platform. I heard my kids mumbling about it, more like grumbling about it one day, and I was like, oh, my ears perked up. And so ask your kids if they're using that. It's a great tool for not only for the kids but for the parents as well to see what's going on and keep track of their kids. So just another thing to keep track of, but
But
pretty
it
good.
is. It's a
good
great
resource.
program. And not only that, we have folks, in fact, Hannah Scott from Mitchell Community College, she is actually heading up this particular subcommittee.
Okay.
And so, excuse me, and so we've got a great network now with Iredell Statesville Schools, with the businesses in the community, as well as Mitchell Community College, which in my 10 years with Piedmont, this has been one of the first times that I've seen everybody kind of going in the same direction, working together for these kids. So I think it's just, it's great. I think Major Clarity is going to help us go in that right direction. So it's wonderful.
You talked about committees in our Education Workforce Development Committee. What are those subcommittees?
So Leadership Statesville, which is already its own committee. So, but if anybody is interested in Leadership Statesville, it's a great opportunity to work with professionals, young professionals here that are going to make an impact for years to come. Also, Iredell Ready, and you know a lot more about Iredell Ready. I'm going to my first meeting with them, I think, in the next week or two.
Yeah.
So, if you want to talk a little bit about Iredell Ready.
It's kind of started out, almost 2 years now, with kind of what we're doing with our Education Workforce Committee, but on a bigger scale is countywide versus kind of our reach is only in the greater Statesville area. But it's really to put together all of the activities, all the resources, all the things that are going on in education and workforce development and put it all in one place called Iredell Ready. That is the name of the program. There's a website being developed that'll be useful it'll be a tool for businesses to find resources that they need to find a workforce, but it's also going to be a tool for on the education side for them to kind of see what is going on in that field, so that we're kind of aligning our curriculum with our workforce needs. It's a huge endeavor, and I'm proud to be a part of that, and we are looking forward to rolling that out very shortly. So just be listening for that word Iredell Ready and be listening and pay attention to it. It's going to be really amazing.
Awesome. Then also one, and it really sounds like a strange subcommittee, but we're talking about calendars.
Yes.
Everybody has a calendar. We have so many different job fairs and career fairs and health fairs and things that go on. So what we're really kind of hoping to do, and I know the chamber, we already have a calendar that has like the chamber activities and has community activities, but we want to also have, and probably with that calendar, have a tab that you can go look at educational opportunities, but also workforce opportunities there too, where there are career fairs and those kind of things, just so that we can make it easy for anybody to go look. For me, working in HR, then I want to go look at that workforce. I want to see where the job fairs are.
Right.
And what we really ultimately hope is that we can take, instead of having maybe 50 in Iredell County a year, that maybe we can shrink that number down and combine some so that we can maybe make a bigger impact on the community, and it'll make it easier for our business partners not to have to send somebody 3 times a week to different job fairs.
And there's a lot of individual ones going on, like you guys are having one on Friday for just Piedmont Health
Right.
and Denso, I know, does quite a few of those, and others. The school is doing a career fair tomorrow for the students. So it's kind of for students that are getting ready to graduate or maybe looking for internships or apprenticeship programs. So they do.
I think that's Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
early
it's
release?
Wednesday.
Okay, I'm
It's
sorry.
early release day.
Wednesday. I apologize. When you see this, it'll be over anyway. But I bring it up because these are all things that are happening, and we do try to keep up with those. But you're right. There needs to be one place that you can go to find all of that. So we're working
To make it easy based on what you're looking for. So
Exactly.
And then we have a new subcommittee that just started last time. It's really exciting. International business. I think David Stamey kind of put the bug in the ear for this one. But we have a lot of businesses here that have an international flavor, international connection. So how can we help them? How can we get the word out about them? How can we introduce that to the community, especially for us, for our students, those kind of things. So if you're interested in that, and then of course Boys and Girls Club, and we would love to have more folks working with us with the Boys and Girls Club to come and chaperone to help develop the program. We just really want to make an impact there. So it's a great opportunity. So any of those committees, if anybody's interested, we'd love to have you come and join us.
Yeah, just reach out to the chamber on our website, statesvillechamber.org, or you can call us 704-873-2892. Or come by the office, ask for me. Jeff's not going to be there, but I'll be there. or you can leave your information and we'll get in touch with you. But when's our next committee meeting? I'm putting you on the spot.
So we second Thursdays.
Second Thursday.
Yes, we are from 9 to 10, and we always meet at the Mitchell Community Continuing Education on West Front Street.
Correct.
And it's from 9 to 10. So we'd love to have anybody come out and join us. Yeah. And we break up into our subcommittees there just to talk about those, and then give a report to the full committee. Just so that we're all on the same page and see where we can help each other. So, but I want to say that being on the Boys and Girls Club board has been amazing for me. And we had the opportunity a few years ago to hire a new position, or rehire really, for Director of Development. and we made the best decision that I think we probably ever made for the Boys and Girls Club. Brady Johnson's name, just people respect Brady, and he is just
Nobody
made
tells
such-
Brady no, and he
Exactly.
Okay, where am I going? What time?
Exactly. But we have an excellent director, Clarissa, and I'm going to say it's Young Flowers, correct?
Right.
Because at the committee meeting, I said Clarissa Young, and she said, well, I was young longer than I've been Flowers, so it was okay that I didn't get her last name in there. And then Tylisa Lowry, who is the middle school, I think, coordinator.
Correct.
Those are the two folks, and Brady, that we have worked so closely with. And so let's give Brady an opportunity to give some information about the club, because there's some exciting things happening.
Well, I do want to give you a little update on some things going on there, but I also want to give the chamber kudos. Several weeks ago, I was notified that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina and an organization called EdNC, both based in Raleigh, are visiting Iredell County. And the reason they're coming to Iredell County is they've heard about this partnership between the Boys and Girls Club, our local governments, and the chamber.
Awesome.
And so tomorrow at the Boys and Girls Club,
That's tomorrow.
yeah, we will be hosting 11 out-of-town folks. We've got the CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield coming to have lunch with us there. He's bringing his senior leadership team with him. We've got some folks from EdNC, which is a communication, a group of advocates for public education, including community colleges in North Carolina. And so they are coming to hear about some of the things that we've been talking about right here. They're visiting all 100 counties in North Carolina. They're about 70% through.
Wow.
And what they're doing is highlighting a unique partnership or a program that's impacting the community. And so you guys are being highlighted tomorrow. So
Great.
Kudos to you.
Are you going to be there?
I am.
All right.
You're going to be there too,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Brady said show up, and I said okay.
Hey, well, you're going to get a free lunch. How's that?
Oh, that's awesome.
I would like to just remind the community that the Boys and Girls Club has been serving South Statesville since 2007. Mm-hmm. It was started by a group of concerned citizens here that wanted to do something to strengthen the relationship between the community and the children that live in South Statesville. It has expanded way beyond South Statesville now, but our main campus is located at 1001 Cochran Street. And if you haven't had an opportunity to visit, I would invite all of your listeners to come out and take a tour. It is very impactful work that's taking place there. As I said a while ago, we are serving 18 different public schools, including charter schools there. When the kids get there in the afternoon, they arrive about 2:30 in the afternoon. They can stay until 6:30 p.m. First thing that happens when the kids get there, they get a snack. The next thing is power hour, and that's where the kids get help with their homework and making sure that their homework's completed for the next day so that they don't have to go to school the next day and say the dog ate my homework. They also get exposed to a variety of activities, including art class, dance class, computer class. And then there's free time for them to play games and just socialize and interact. The last thing we do with the kids before they leave is they get their dinner meal before they leave campus. And so it is an impactful 4 hours of their day, and it does extend the school day for very needy kids. The other thing we do is an 8-week summer camp that runs when the school system is closed for the summer months. Our camp is 8 weeks, and it goes from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. And the favorite part of summer camp is the field trips.
Oh, yes.
And so we do try to expose kids to things and give them opportunities they normally would not get. There's lots of ways that you can support the Boys and Girls Club. Well, one is, of course, by donating, but also by volunteering. And we live by our volunteers. And there's many, many opportunities there for you to do great work and engage with the kids in our community. And we like to say it like this: the kids who need us most.
Tell us one more thing.
Well, now that you mention it.
I didn't want to let us go without talking about
Yeah, mark this date on your calendar, April the 20th. We have an event coming up that we call Pancake Day, Iredell's happiest day. Now we're borrowing this idea from our sister club down in Concord. In Concord, they've been doing Pancake Day down there since 1957. Wow. I went last year. I went last week to my second Pancake Day in Concord. When I got there, they give you a little sticker to put on your shirt. So the first year I went, my number was 801, and this lady put a sticker on my shirt, and I said, "What's that?" And she said, "You're the 801st person to be served today." Well, it was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And so, last week at Pancake Day, they served 5,700 people.
Wow.
And the thing that I love about it is the community feel that takes place. They do theirs at their club, and everybody shows up. I mean, at one table, you got the Rotary Club. Over here's the bankers. Over here at this table is the sanitation department from the city of Concord. But it truly is a community day, and it is a happy event. So ours is going to be April the 20th at the Civic Center from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. all day long. And the most remarkable thing of this are the people that are volunteering to be our celebrity chefs. So we got the mayor out there. We've got Ron Smith is going to be a celebrity chef for us. We got some of the local pastors that are coming out to cook pancakes for us. Duck Wyatt from Troutman called me this morning. He said, "I want to sign up to be a celebrity chef."
Oh,
So
love it.
it's going to be a really fun, engaging day. And it's all in support of our kids in the community that need our help.
Wonderful.
And we still need volunteers to
We
serve.
got 3 opportunities here. So if you'll go to our website, www.piedmontbgc.org, go to the event tab, and you'll scroll down and you'll see buy tickets, you can become a sponsor, or you can volunteer. So between one of those 3, there's something for everybody.
I need to make sure I'm on the volunteer sign up.
There you go.
No one asked me to be a chef, but that's because I don't cook. So I think that's a smart idea.
There's lots of other
Oh,
jobs.
no, I'm
Lots
happy
of
to
other
just
jobs.
do whatever. But thank you so much. And we appreciate our partnership and look forward to our future with that and see how it grows and develops over the years.
Well, I'll say this in closing. If we are successful, then, the old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. Our community will be stronger, it'll be healthier, it'll be safer, it will be more prosperous if we succeed in our mission.
And thanks for all you're doing there.
Thank you.
Thank you.